Hey, Shalom, Arthur. All right, first and foremost, call hello, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, Shem Kodash. Double honors God to the apostles and elders, great millstone, continue with the Holy Spirit. All right, to give us this truth, all right, whereby we get the knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, and thereby we impart it unto you. All right, this is Naaman with the DC camp, and as you see on the screen, hey, we've been telling you to look out for, all right, these times because according to this title, it says cop plays Taylor Swift song so black protesters can't post video recording to YouTube. Now, you may wonder, well, okay, that's just an isolated incident. No. This tells you they've been looking for ways to get around them being exposed on social media. And they have found, at least on one site, and we know how petty YouTube has been lately because the truth is coming out on what's it called, also YouTube. Okay, the truth is coming out about them being uh, pretenders, frauds. All right, so they got to try to cover their backsides here. But hey, anyway, so it would seem to me that short of just shutting down the whole internet, at least for right now, they've been looking for ways to like, damn, being all exposed, especially these cops. We've been all exposed. We can't beat niggers like we used to. We got a lot of us leaving the force because of that. And for a lot of you that are in denial, well, that's just you. You're in denial. All right. Our people live these things. Uh, and wow. Like I said, they're being exposed. More and more people are seeing these jackasses for what they were. So, what I'm going to do is read a little bit of this, and we're going to get to the video, just to let you know what's going down here. Okay, you see here the picture for the video. What happened is, it says, there are always stories surrounding the misconduct of police officers, specifically when it comes to the way they deal with people of color and or people who are considered poor. And that's so true. There's a different set of laws for the wealthy and for us. We've always known that, nothing new. It says, yet even with the documentation of the misdeeds of police officers, they routinely get away with it. Something else we've always been yelling at, as loud as we can, but no one gave a damn. All right. It says now, with police officers realizing that their actions can now be recorded by civilians, one cop found a creative way to prevent a protester from recording him and placing it on social media. According to Gizmodo, earlier this week, a group of protesters gathered at the Alameda Courthouse in Oakland, California, to attend the pretrial hearing for Jason Fletcher, a police officer charged with manslaughter for shooting and killing a black man, Stephen Taylor, inside of a Walmart department store last year. As the protesters joined with Taylor's family, advocates for justice gathered around to listen to the hearing broadcast on the courthouse steps. All right? So you might say, okay, cool, no problem. It says, Anti-Police Terror Project's policy director, James Birch, is seen speaking to a police officer on the steps of the courthouse. During the conversation, someone is recording a video of the confrontation. However, hold on, this thing keeps jumping here. It says, however, the sheriff's deputy confronting Birch is seen on video taking out his mobile phone, and he cranks up a tune loud enough to be heard and picked up on the bystander's video. A tactic to keep the video of the confrontation from being uploaded on YouTube, since the channel would strike it down for copyright violation. Slick motherfucker. But that's just one site, all right? But trust you me, I think he's on to something. And I think a lot more of his brethren will follow suit, all right? It says, Birch is seemingly in disbelief looking at the officer playing Taylor Swift's Blank Space on his mobile phone speakers, then places it onto his shirt. You can record all you want, he tells the person who is recording the video. I just know it just can't be posted on YouTube, the officer admits. The officer then turns toward the camera. Whoops, hold on. The officer then turns toward the camera. What the hell is going on here? The officer then turns toward the camera to reveal the name of his uniform, David Shelby. All right? And here it is. Let's take a listen here. This thing just won't stay steady for some reason.
Concern that you have that someone's going to trip on this man.
You can't keep Let's go back to the beginning. It was on the walls, right? And you moved it from the walls. Now you put it here.
I'm just trying to...
What is the difference? What is the difference?
So like if for some reason it just froze, I don't know what's going on with this thing. Satan. Yeah. Wow, I don't know what's going on here, but let's continue on, maybe to come back on. It says the
Put it back up on the wall.
What is the difference?
You're saying, I don't know why are we having a dance party now?
Did you? Are you playing pop music to drown out the conversation?
No, he doesn't want you recording, so he's playing
Why?
some music in the back.
Why do you have to
You can record
hide?
all you want. I just know it can't be posted on YouTube. This guy.
This is the new hotness right here. Is that the reporting is so they can get a copyright screen. That's cute.
I don't understand. If it's completely legal, why would you worry about it being recorded?
You'd only do that if you knew you were being an asshole. 100%. You just can't put things on the phone.
This guy just turned on copyright. He was excited to do this. How long have you? Is there an administrative regulation?
See, that's why we try to tell you, Jakes, there's no, why would you want to stay here? I mean, they're only going to continue to look for ways, all right? This man is never, he's an unjust individual by nature. There's no justice in these people. Now, you're worried about something that, on its face, what the hell are you worried about? It's just being petty.
Is that procedure?
I'm just listening.
Is that procedure?
Do you listen?
And it's procedure to this is. Are you getting
Yes,
this? Are you
yes.
getting this right here? This is
You can have
hilarious.
this all you want. Yeah,
How does,
there's my badge.
Is the Sheriff Ahern know about this? Is that what it is? Okay, we'll find out.
He's playing
We'll find
music
out.
to prevent this from being posted on the internet.
Right.
That's why he's playing it, so there's a
Right.
copyright strike if it's posted on YouTube. And
Noti-
he's proud of it too.
Yeah. Notice
And
he
so
didn't
this
turn
is
on his own
Alameda County
camera.
Sheriff's Department. Is this an administrative?
Is that body
procedure
cam
right
on?
now, Sheriff?
That body cam is on.
Sheriff, is this,
100%.
are all of yours on also?
They're all on.
Okay, and so
Do we know? No, let's get there.
And again, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear because you said you're a sergeant, right? So is this procedure for the Alameda County Sheriff's Department?
Not specifically outlined.
It's not specifically outlined, and so you're taking it upon yourself, Sheriff Shelby, to play this music to drown out.
We have the speaker out here. When we have protests, I'm not protesting, obviously, but when there's protests, there's opportunity.
And you're
Yes,
playing
but why
music
are you
live.
choosing to listen to?
You're
You're
playing
such a
music
big
live.
Taylor Swift
No, you
fan.
said before you were playing
Is that
music to
what's
drown
going
to
on?
make sure that this wasn't posted on YouTube. You
That's
said
correct.
that, and you're
That is
standing
correct.
behind that?
Yes, sir.
So can you say it again for the camera?
It is.
think that's it. So anyway, so you see the pettiness of this particular order, and believe you me, this is going to catch on, probably like wildfire. All right, because they see something else to fuck with Jake. All right, it's probably going to piss a lot of Jake off that don't know what's going on. All right, and they're going to get the beat down. All right, because they love pulling Jake's, um, playing on Jake's emotions. All right, just to get you hyped up, pushing those buttons. All right, and I remember an episode of, I don't know if y'all know the show Blue Bloods with Tom Selleck and Donnie Wahlberg. But in one episode, Tom Selleck's father on the show, played by a Canadian actor, he was talking about, well, back in the day, what we did, and you know, with the old billy clubs that they had, and I looked in the, he called it a wood shower, so I looked it up. It's in the Urban Dictionary, or wood shampoo, but let's get wood. I don't know what's, man, what the heck? It's a lot here. All right. It's also called a wood shower, but it says wood shampoo. Same thing. This thing is like now got a mind of its own. I don't understand what's. It just started doing this. All right, let's see. Still gotta wait for it to. Wood shampoo says being beaten by a wooden baton. All right. Billy got a nice dose of wood shampoo from the police. Think of Rodney King. Here goes another. Wood shampoo. An occurrence by which a person is beaten about the head and shoulders with a nightstick or other wooden club. Ha ha ha, that nigger resisted arrest and got a wood shampoo for his troubles. Alright? See? But this is what we got to deal with as a people. And now they're resorting to pettiness because they can't have their way like they used to anymore. All right. So that's why I'm glad, personally, that the suicide rate amongst these pieces of shit cops, all right, is through the roof. I personally love it. All right, here we go. It says the approach that is being utilized by Shelby is a known police tactic. Police officers are using YouTube's copyright flagging system against public citizens in order to have videos taken down. What do we say about this truth? All right. It says, according to Vice, earlier this year, a Beverly Hills officer chose to use a Sublime song as the background for the conversation he was having with a man who came to dispute a ticket. A ticket. The video can be seen on Instagram. The song would most likely trigger YouTube's automated content ID system, which would flag Swift's copyrighted song and issue a block on the entire video. It also raises the chances that a record label would explicitly request the video to be removed. So, not only will YouTube cite you, but the let's see, the record label also is going to come at you. All right, and nobody seems to realize where this could go. All right, but like I say, there's reasons why Jake does this, and this is another incident that happened. This is from the Independent over across the pond. All right, but they did this story among others, but I just chose this one. This happened in St. Louis. All right, it says moment Several cars pull over to intervene as black woman is pulled over by police. Car stopped on road near St. Louis to make sure incident was resolved peacefully. So here, well, let's just read it. It says, a TikTok video went viral after it showed motorists pulling over to film and monitor an encounter between a black woman and Missouri police. A string of cars stopped on the road near St. Louis to ensure that the officers dealt with the woman appropriately, according to the TikTok user who filmed the incident. See, this is just none of this that we've been complaining about for so long happened just out of a vacuum. All right. Like I always say, our people have been at war with our oppression ever since we were first brought over here. And Northern Kingdom, the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, who are the tribes of Gad and the other Northern Kingdom's tribe, where Mexico is now. Of course, we know that Esau messed that up by stealing the lands. So-called Mexicans are Issachar, and you go down through Central America where you got Honduras and those places there. You have other various tribes. All right, so because they came over on this side, so these are all Israelites. So it doesn't look too good for this so-called white man at the end. This is, let's get some scripture here. I went way too long without getting them. I apologize. This is Psalm 62. Start at the top. The heading says, the Most High alone, the Most High's name is Yahweh, a refuge from treachery and oppression. All right. To the chief musician, to Jeduthun, a psalm of David. Truly my soul waiteth upon the Most High Yahweh. From him cometh my salvation. And at the end of the day, this is where our people, whether they know it or not, it's the Most High trying to say, you're not going to get out of this through any other means, but of course through his son Yahweh Shai, because that's the mediator, all right? But this is the only way. You're going to have to come back to your power, all right? And our people are looking for, they think they can make a lot of money, and that's going to resolve the issue, but they fail to realize who makes the money, who controls all that. All right, it says, from him cometh my salvation. Verse 2, he only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. Because another thing a lot of our people fail to realize, they applaud and celebrate, the police department and this new thing going on now with defund the police. Fail to realize, if that happens, the amount of lawlessness, trust you me, this has all been thought out by this devil. So what you're going to have is the military moving in, and then you really got problems. All right, martial law and all that will be established. And you thought it was bad before. Okay, the military is a whole nother animal. Uniform code, UCMJ, all that. Verse 3, it says, how long will ye imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain, all of you, as a bowing wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Selah. And that's Esau as a whole. A good example is they'll make what you think would be a compliment. Oh, that's a nice car you have there. But inwardly, they call you all kinds of fucking nigger. How can he afford this? All right? Trust me on that. It says, my soul, wait thou only upon the Most High Yahweh, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. And as a result of of our people not turning to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, we already know it's 2/3 of our people, which is a whole lot. All right, I'm not going to make it. Hopefully, and I pray I and my brethren that are out there on the highways and byways, all right, I pray that we don't meet that fate. Verse 7, it says, "And the Most High Yahweh is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength and my refuge is in the Most High Yahweh. Trust in Him at all times, ye people. Pour out your heart before Him. The Most High Yahweh is a refuge for us, and that's why the name is so important." Going into, let's get it real quick. Got to know that name. Got to know that name. All right. And it's not God or Jesus or anything like that. This is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. It says, "The name of the Most High Yahweh, that's Lord in all caps. That is, Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe." All right. See here, Yahweh. Yahweh. It's H3068. Some people will put a J, not realizing that the J is only, 1634 when it was first used. All right. See, Yahweh. But they'll put a V. There's no V. All right. The existing one. The proper name of the one true power. There you go. All right, let's get some more. This is one dirty, I'm talking about these Edomites, the so-called white people. They are the wicked that the scriptures talk about. Let's go to Isaiah 10. Hey, start on the top. Start at the top on this one. This is Assyria is the Most High's instrument. All right, you need to realize that the so-called white man is the Most High's instrument also. All of Israel's oppressors, all the kingdoms that oppressed them are synonymous with each other. All right, so they intermingle in the sense that you, in the day that the prophets will be out talking about, say, a particular kingdom, they might use, let's say he's in, let's just pick one. Let's say Rome, ancient Rome. Well, many situations where that you could not speak openly against that specific government, so you would substitute another name. It just so happens he could pick one, say Babylon or something like that. But just to, using wisdom in that instance, all right, just to not draw the ire of whoever he's speaking about, being smart, all right. Let's see. Woe unto them, this is verse 1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. You can't even protest now. They've got laws. Where is it in, is it Florida? Where you can't even give a bottle of water without being charged? Come on, man. He said that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will ye do, verse 3, in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? All our people like to go to, guess what? The people that are putting foot up their ass to begin with. And where will ye leave your glory? Without me they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. That's what we're trying to tell Jacob. You still have an opportunity to repent. All right? Oh, let's see. You still have an opportunity to repent. So it's like, do it while. All right, this is Psalms 5:1. Prayer for protection from the wicked. Let's see who the wicked is. Real quick. Keep telling you that it's Jacob's brother, the nation of the descendant of Jacob's brother Esau, the nation of Edom. That name itself in the Hebrew, Adawam, means red. All right, it's not the North American Indian. No, that's deception on his part. He's the real red man. That translucent skin, what? The blood shows through. It says the burden, this is Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. It says the burden of the word of the Most High Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Most High Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Most High Yahweh, yet I loved Jacob. All right, start with Genesis 25th chapter. All right, it says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Most High Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Most High Yahweh has indignation. Haven't you noticed, especially if you're in the urban areas, in the cities, how it's just like a constant onslaught of building? Why? Because he thinks, as it says in Psalms 49:11, that his house is going to continue forever. He's making plans for 50 years down the road. His arrogant ass. All right? And the heading is appropriate here because Psalms 49, it says the folly of trusting in riches. Did I just read about trusting in the Most High? Let's go on down here to 11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Clue. That's a big clue as to who we're talking about. Everything is named after one of them sorry pieces of crap. All right? And that's what that professor down there, was it South Carolina? What was his name? Gabon? Several years ago, he had dreadlocks, and he said through his studying, he reached a conclusion that the only way to set things right, I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember verbatim what he was saying, but he came out and said that, white people are going to have to be done away with. That's what he was making reference to. All right? And he's absolutely right. And that's going to happen. Now, I'm not telling any of us to do that, no, because we know ultimately this is a commandment. This is Zechariah, because that blessing that was given to these devils, we can't do nothing with that. Oh, I said Zechariah, Zephaniah, Salaki. That has to be taken away. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Most High Yahweh. This is the Most High. Until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, Joel, 3rd chapter, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. See, they're of a mind that they were in a position to punish themselves. That's it. That shows you right there that they don't believe in the Most High and His Son. We gave them welfare. We give them all these programs. And man, go in there in the corner and shut the fuck up. because of a couple of scriptures here. This is Ecclesiastes 8th chapter. They have not answered for what they have done, so they foolishly think. This Ecclesiastes 8 and 11 says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High. And that's why we also like to bring up that these curses that were put upon us, per Deuteronomy 28 and elsewhere throughout the scriptures, they're being transferred over to this devil now. You're seeing more of them become homeless, and other problems, the traps that they set for us are falling upon them. All right? Per Psalms 7 and 15 and 16 and Psalms 9 and various other scriptures. These things are turning on them. The opioid crisis. Remember what they did with the crack epidemic. What started that? Actually, I go back a little bit further to Nixon and this so-called war on drugs. And then in the late 70s and the 80s specifically, oh man, it just turned it loose. It broke up our families. A lot of our people died. A lot of them are still incarcerated. But what's happening to them now? Now, instead of even taking them to jail, I've read maybe a year ago now, they were taking them straight to treatment centers. Letting you know that was all aimed at us. It wasn't a war on drugs, it was a war on our people. So that's why I mentioned earlier, why would you want to stay in this shithole? They're always going to look for new ways to fuck with us, to keep us from being a nation. Psalms 83. All right? It's like everybody knows who we are except for us. All right, so back to this. I'll just post this for time's sake. What they did to help this woman. I'm going to see if I can read a little bit of it. This might be the wrong one. How did this happen? Wait a minute. I don't know. It's some weird stuff happening here. Salaki, bear with me. The hell? Well, there's the rest of it. Hold on. Let me go. I might have to get another. It's weird. But what more or less happened is all these people. Let's go with this one. You had 4 cops, evidently. Let's see here. Is this it? Yeah. We'll just run it and let you see it instead of me reading it for time's sake. It's only like a little over 2.5 minutes. Here we go.
When I see a young African American woman screaming for help, and it's 3 to 4 white police with the guns drawn on her, and she's unarmed, you damn right I'm showing up. And showing out. Until I find out what it's all about.
You hear the sirens, they done called backup.
We need answers every time. She deserves the same respect that homegrown terrorists got. You're not just gonna shoot her over a traffic violation. Not today. When I pulled over, everyone pulled over. That's what we need. More of. One woman to 4 to 5 men. Give me a break.
There you go. I'll post that too.
When I see a
You know they hated that shit. All right, so once again, I started here, but you know, people. It's sad, but a way to get around that is just no sound. But like I said, being petty. All right, so once again, I hope whoever views this is edified, as to what's going on in the world, and of course, filtering it through the scriptures, so you'll know what time that you're in. All right. So hey, wow, we have to get the hell up out of here. So hey, prayers go out to the other Akim out there on the highways and byways, that are putting it on the line each and every day. So, shalom, shalom.